I was in a bad car accident when I was 12 years old. I had bad head trauma, which the doctor said I had, a massive head bleeding, which they had to drain. I was in surgery for many hours, where they were not sure if I would pull through or not, but I did. I had half my head shaved because of the surgery. I had to wait several months, and I was able to grow my hair out. And man, was happy when I was able to do that. To keep getting strange looks from people asking me what had happened, but they all knew what had took place. It was all in the newspapers and the news. I was the only survivor to my only family that was well off. Well, here in the auto industry, we had created a different type of safety standard nowadays used. I was not allowed to drive, although I did have a chauffeur of sorts that took me around town. But that's beside the point. See, a lot of the kids like to hang around me because they thought they might catch something, but that was not true. I would go back to my giant house behind the forest. There was a cabin there. It was abandoned, where I could go to hang out by myself sometimes. I would sit there and draw different things. I would see outside the cabin bird, foxes, and some other things sometimes. I would hear something call my name, Laura, as I would begin to be walking down the path of the wilderness past the tall grass. It would say, "You're going the wrong way. It's this way." Just to brush it off as something else. But this time, a woman in raggedy clothes approaches me in a strange voice. "If you know the way out of this forest." I told her I knew the way, but she grabbed my arm, and when she did, it left a burn mark of sorts. I said, "What the was that for? That hurts." "Oh, don't worry, my dear. Just follow me." "But I say you're going back toward the cabin." "Yes, dear." "Well, that's where I stay. How come I've never seen you around here?" "That's because I'm off picking different herbs and berries and things for my stew." "Your stew?" "Yes, dear. I make a very good one at that. You must come and try it." I gazed into her eyes. I fell into some type of trance of sorts and was fixed on her voice. "You'll come back to the cabin and you will try my stew, for it'll be the best you've ever tasted in your whole life. Let's go," with the monotone in her voice. The girl's voice was approaching by the cabin. She takes back at how it looks. Why, this cabin looks like it was built yesterday. Inside was perfect. Not a thing was out of place. There was bear fur on the ground with pots and pans up on some strange looking picture with a lad and a man. Their eyes looked like they were very angry in the picture. The girl asks who the man was in the photo. "He looks like I've known him well," and the woman says, "Well, that's because he's my father." "Oh, really?" "He looks like my dad." "It cannot be your father because we've been coming to this cabin for the past 20 years. As Laura sits down and is handed a drink, she smells it. Wow, it's a peppermint drink. She takes a drink of it, and the room starts to spin. What's going on here? She tries to pull her hands up and walk, but it won't work because it's a neurotoxin that's starting streaming through her body now. Like I said, this stew is just about ready for its final spice. Then the woman pulls out a sharp butcher's knife and begins to hack away at the girl's arm. Chopped off. Once cut, the girl goes off clean. She manages to get up out of the chair and run out of the door, but when she looks back at the cabin, it's back to its old ruins again, looking only to wake up to find that it had only been a dream. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.